So this is the first question on the order of operations with the 4 operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So here we're doing 2 plus 3 times 4. So you may think, well, I can just work from left to right on this, but that isn't necessarily the right way of working things out because you'll make mistakes. So we have to remember this little acronym which will help us, which is BIDMAS. So the B stands for brackets, I stands for indices, something like 2 squared, the squared part is the indice, D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, and S for subtraction. So this is the order that we work things out. So we'll use this here. So we go through, so we've got 2 plus 3 times 4. So we go through BIDMAS, so there's no brackets, there's no indices, there's no division, there's a multiplication. So this tells us we have to work out the multiplication first. And then we go through, and we'll do that. So 3 times 4 is 12. And remembering that we haven't done anything with this plus, so we need to keep that as it is. So 2 plus 12. So then we keep going through, so we've just done the multiplication. So the next thing is addition, so we can do this now. So 2 plus 12 is 14. So question 2 is 4 times 8 plus 5. So again, we just work through BIDMAS. There's no brackets, there's no indices, there's no division, there's a multiplication, so we'll do that first. So we'll do the 4 times 8 part. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 5, because we haven't worked that out yet. And then after multiplication, the next thing we can do is the addition, which we can do. So 32 plus 5, which is 37. Okay, so now we have a series of questions that we can work through. So the first of which is 18 minus 3 times 5. So again, we work through BIDMAS. There's not a bracket, there's no indices, there's no division, there's a multiplication. So we'll do the multiplication first. So 3 times 5 is 15. The 18 and this subtraction here stays as it is, because we don't do anything with it. Then after multiplication, we move to addition. We haven't got anything to add here. And then the last thing is subtraction, but there is a subtraction here. So 18 minus 5, which is 3. So moving on to the next question. In brackets, 2 plus 3 multiplied by 4. So again, the order that we do things comes from this acronym BIDMAS. So bracket, there is a bracket here, so we'll do that first. So 2 plus 3, which is 5. So then the bracket disappears. Then we work through. There's no indices, there's no division. There's a multiplication. So we times that by 4. And doing that multiplication, 5 times 4, which is 20. So in all of these questions, we should just be getting one number out at the end. If we've got things left over with symbols and something's gone wrong, we're looking for just one number, and that's the purpose of doing these. So moving on to the next question, 20 minus 2 times 8. Again, we refer to the acronym. There's no brackets, there's no indices, there's no division. There's a multiplication. So 2 times 8, which is 16. And it's 20 minus 16. Because we don't do anything with the 20 or the minus, so they just drop down. So after the multiplication comes addition. We haven't got any addition that we can complete here. Again, there's a subtraction. So 28 minus 16, which is 4. Next question. 20 divide 5 minus 2. Again, we're going back to the acronym. So this is the thing. We should always be going back to this acronym, which tells us what we have to do. No brackets. There's no indices. There's a division. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. And then we haven't done anything with this minus 2. So we'll drop that down. Then after division, multiplication. We haven't got multiplication we can complete in this question. There isn't an addition, but we have got subtraction, which is the last thing. So we get the answer of 2. So then next question, 36 divided by 6 plus 3. And obviously the 6 plus 3 here is in brackets. So the acronym tells us that we have to work the bracket out first. 6 plus 3 is 9. And it's 36 divided by 9. 36 divided by 9, which is the next thing we have to do because there was no indices, so we move to division. And 36 divided by 9 is 4. And then final question is 8 times 5 divided by 2. So again, we work through. So there's no brackets, there's no indices, there's a division. So we have to do that division before we can do the multiplication. So it's 8 times 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5. And then we can do the multiplication. So 8 times 2.5, which is 20.